Did you just put the water in? Salt, salt. Yes.
Jaya Vaishnava Jaya Vaishnava Jaya Page 200. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivai Doya Kori Swapasara Sri Radha Savari Swapasara Jaya Gora Hari Swapasara Jaya Gora Hari Jaya Rupasana Jaya Rupasana Rupasana Jaya Rupasana Jaya Thakur Bhakti Vinod Jaya Thakur Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Jaya Bhakti Vinod Jaya Bhakti.
Yeah.
Maybe I thought you Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti. Yeah. Projected. These aren't sitting right because it's projected. Maybe we can do Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu part one. Oh, move them over where though? Because this thing is the foot of it. Oh. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Tama Vina Doya Jagata Samsare Patita Pavana Hetu Tama Osama Mahaprabhu Nityananda Premananda Suki Kripalalokana Kore Amivara Suki Gaya Kala Sita Pati Advaita Gosara Tavaki Bhavane Chaitanya Nitaya Gaya Kala Gadadhara Premela Sarvara Shri Srivasa Hari Nasa Mole Kripatoro Bhavaswarup Sanatana Rupara Gunata Pata Juga Shri Jiva Prabhulokanata Daya Kara Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangramage Narottam Madasa Daya Kara Prabhupada Shridharita Nasa Vaishnavera Vipamage Ananda Daya Kara Gurudeva Patita Pavana Shri Seva Mane Ekadinata Jaya Sachinanda Jaya Guravati Sachinanda Jaya Guravati Jaya Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Advaita Gosa Jaya Advaita Gosa Advaita Gosa Jaya Advaita Gosa Jaya Paraguna Jaya Paraguna Ruparaguna Jaya Ruparaguna I'd like to sing for Radha and Krishna. That's what you do. You guys drink Steve, this morning. I thought that was the 8.
And then I also read 8. Okay. Shita Kamala. Page.
I just listened to the wrong sources.
We discussed that it felt later.
And then the next day it was discussed that it was honestly I thought that it was on the Yes.
Yeah. And then Sita Kamala, Sita Kamala, Kuchamanala, Sita Kundalai, Sita Kamala. Kalita Lalita Varnamala, Kalita Lalita, Jaya Jaya Deva Hare, Kalita Lalita Varnamala, Jaya Jaya Deva Hare. Jaya Jaya Deva Jai Jagannath Hari Mani Mandana Pavakandana Pamuni Jana Manasa Jana Manasa Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Muni Jana Krishna Govinda Gopala Jai Nanda Dulala Yashoda Dulala Jaya Jaya Deva Radhe Krishna Govinda Gopala Nanda Dulala Jaya Yashoda Omkariya Vishadara Ganjana Janana Janayi Yadhukula Nali Nadi Nisha Yadhukula Jaya Jaya Deva Hari Yadhukula Nali Nadi Nisha Jaya Jaya Deva Hari Jai Jai Deva Jai Jagannath Amado Mora Nara Kavina Garuda Shanare Surakula Keli Vinana Jaya Jaya Deva Amara Kamala Chana Baba Mochanari Tribhuvana Bhavana Dinana Tribhuvana Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Tribhuvana Bhavana Dinana Jaya Jaya Deva Jai Jai Deva Hare Prabhu Jai Jagannath Hare Jai Jai Radhe Krishna Govinda Gopala Jai Nanda Gopala Yashoda Gopala Jai Jai Deva Hare Govinda Gopala Nanda Gopala Ananga Sudha Gita Goshana Gita Doshana Gita Doshana Samara Samita Rasa Gata Samara Samita Oh, Jai Jai Deva Hare Jai Jai Deva Oh, Jai Jai Deva Hare Prabhu Jai Jai Deva Hare Abhinav Jaladhar Sundara Sita Mandare Shri Mukha Chandra Chakora Shri Mukha Radha Mukha Chandra Chakora Radha Krishna Jugala Kishora Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Radha Krishna Yugala Kishora Jai Jai Deva Jai Jai Deva Jai Radha Nath Jai Radha Nath Charayam Itivaya Guru Kushala Pranadeshu Guru Kushala Jai Jai Hare Shri Jaya Deva Hare Ram Guru Deva Mangalam Ujjvala Gita Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Jai Deva Hare Prabhu Jai Jagannath Hare Jai Radhe Krishna Govinda Gopala Nanda Dulala Yashoda Dulala Jai Jai Deva Hare Jaya Radhe Jai Krishna Jai Radhe Jai Krishna Jaya Radhe Jai Radhe Jaya Shri O you who take shelter of the round breasts of Kamala, O you whose ears are decorated with earrings and who wears an enchanting garland of forest flowers, O Devahari, may you be triumphant. O ornament of the sun glow, O you who severs the bondage of material existence. O swan who sports in the lake of a sage's mind. O Deva, O Hari, may you be triumphant. O you who pulverize the pride of the venomous snake Kalia. O you who delight the people of Braj. O sun that makes the lotus of the Yadu dynasty bloom. O Deva, O Hari, may you be triumphant. O destroyer of the demons Madhu, Mura, and Naraka. O you who ride upon Garuda and who inspire the demigods' delightful play. O Deva, O Hari, may you be triumphant. O you whose wide eyes resemble the petals of an immaculate lotus. O you who bestows emancipation from material existence and who is the foundation of the three worlds. O Deva, O Hari, may you be triumphant. O you who are decorated by the daughter of King Janak, Sita Devi. O you who defeated the demon Dusana and who killed the 10-headed Ravana in battle. O Deva, O Hari, may you be triumphant. O you whose complexion is lustrous like a fresh rain cloud. O you who hold the Mandara mountain and who are the Chakora bird incessantly attached to the moon-like face of Mahalakshmi Sri Radha. O Deva, O Hari, may you be triumphant. O Lord, we have taken exclusive refuge at your lotus feet. Please bestow auspiciousness upon your surrendered servants by blessing them with prema bhakti. O Deva, O Hari, may you be triumphant. May this radiant and auspicious song, composed by Sri Jayadev, increase happiness for you and for your devotees who hear and recite it. O Deva, O Hari, may you be triumphant.
This kirtan relates to Shambhava. Related to what's wrong with them in this. Okay. Want to mention?
Are we doing bhajans tonight?
Yeah.
I wanted to do Navadvipa.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Gaur
Haribo, Gaur Haribo, Gaur Haribo, Nitai Gaur Haribo. Jaya Gaur Gadadha, Gaur Gadadha, Gaur Gadadha, Jai Gaur Gadadha. Jai Jai Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Dev, Jai Guru Dev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jai Gaura Premanande.
You're welcome.
Ajnanam timirandasya Jnanam janasalakaya Chaksurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurave Guruchandraya Radhikai Sudharaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namah Yam Pravajantam Manupedamapedakrityam Dvaitayano Virahakadaruajuha Putreti Svanmayatayam Taruvo Baneyo Tam Sarvabhuta Hridayam Murimanatosmi Bhaktyavahina Apurādalakshay Chittasya Kamali Tarangamali Kripāyitvam Sharanam Prapadyam Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tavaivasmi Najivami Tandinam Iti Vikyaya Radhe Tamnayamam Charanantike.
Page 19.
Yeah, page what?
19.
Navina Sri Bhakti Navakanaka Gaura Kriti Patim Navadvipam. Nope, sorry. Ranya Shreni Nava. Wait, let me get there.
Yeah.
19. Okay. I don't know. I say it all the time. I don't know why.
I think we changed the tune.
Navina Sri Bhakti Navakanaka Gaura Kriti Patim Navaranya Shreni Navasurasuri Vadavalitam Navina Shri Radha Parirasamayo Kirtana Vidim Navadvipam Bande Navakarana Madhyam Navaruchim. I worship Sri Navadvipa, where Sri Krishna assumed a golden form and he bestowed that bhakti which was never given before, where the beauty of the newly arisen forest has been made all the more beautiful by the flowing Ganga with her gentle cool waves, and where Shri Radha and Krishna have given a new, have combined, have appeared in a new combined form and given that kirtan, which is saturated with ras, and which the ever new, ever fresh Sringar ras or Amras ras was mercifully bestowed. Can everybody else memorize it? It's really a good verse. Okay. So, where are we now?
Oh my God.
We're in, not in Navadvipa. We are in Vidyanagara. We got a lot of knowledge. Last night it all came into us by the mercy of Gauratai. We learned the Gaur Bhagavatam. We learned the Srimad Bhagavatam. We learned the Nyai. We learned the Upanishads. We learned military art. We learned Ayurvedic art. So many things came into our heart just from staying there one night. And now here we are in the morning, ready to continue our parikrama. Let's go to Janodvi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, which is on the way to Mamakachi, or Navadvipa. It's a long walk, and then after all that walking, you just come to a tree. And you have to know from the pure devotees that this is another island, Janadvipa. It's just like a little tree in a little area. And then we just keep walking on to Navadvipa. So here we come to the island of Janadvipa. There was a great sage named Janu Muni, and he was a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Oh, by the way, this place is non-different from Bhadravan in Vrindavan. So he was worshiping Krishna, he was meditating on the Lord's pastimes so deeply that he entered into samadhi. And while he was in samadhi, samadhi, D means like mindset or intelligence, and sama means the same. So he entered into the pastimes where he became one at heart with his devotional Istadev, one with Krishna, and he was absorbed in the pastimes as a member. So at the same time, elsewhere, King Bhagirati was trying to get the Ganges River to go from Gangotri, where she starts, like there's this little tiny thing where the Ganges comes out, and then he wanted to take the Ganges to deliver his 60,000 ancestors who were burnt to ashes because of their offense to Kapila Muni. They had thought that he stole the horse. He stole the horse that his father was, the horse sacrifices that they do, the kings do for the welfare of the country. So the horse was missing, and they thought Kapila Dev was an incarnation of Krishna, stole it. So they found it in his ashram, although he himself was oblivious to what had happened. And so because of their offense, here's another warning about not offending pure devotees. Because just because of their offense, a fire came out from within them and burned them to ashes. So their father wanted to deliver them. So he called for the Ganges, and the Ganges didn't come. His son tried, and finally Bhagirati tried. And she was pleased with his austerities. Can you just put it here? She was pleased with his austerities. And so she said, how can I go? Because the force of my orders will be so great that I'll go through the earth down to the Patala or hellish regions of the universe. So then Bhagirati did austerities to please Lord Shiva, who agreed to slowly carry down the Ganges in his hair. So she was coming, and there are many ways to look at it. As the causal ocean, as a drop, she was a drop of the causal ocean. When you remember Vamandev, that dwarf incarnation who took 3 steps to get the charity of Bali Maharaj. So the second step went through the layers of the universe and went into the causal ocean that Lord Mahavishnu lies on. And so Lord Brahma washed Vamanadev's foot with the water of the causal ocean. And then that came down as the Ganges. So, because the Ganges was flowing, and the Ganges is also a pure devotee, the Ganges forgot her body. You know, when you forget your body, you don't exactly know where you're going. Like it's compared in the Bhagavatam with a drunken person. So the pure devotee forgets his body. He's like the pure devotee doesn't know whether his body is on or off. Like a drunk doesn't know whether his clothes are on or off. So she was staggering. And in order to get to where the sons of Sagara, where their ashes were, they had to pass many places. So now she was passing Navadvipa, and she came to this place, which was not at that time called Janavadvipa. It just Jana was there. And she didn't know what she was doing, so just like sometimes you may not know what you're doing and you bang the van into something and it's full of dents now. So she knocked over part of Janamuni's hut, along with his Achman cup and some of his other paraphernalia. So he's a pure devotee, he's not going to get angry because he knows everything. But in the pastime, he became angry, but then he realized in a second that, wait a minute, because she broke his samadhi by her gurgling waves, and knocking over his hut. So he came to attention, and then he realized immediately that, wait, this is not an ordinary river. She has come from the causal ocean. She's a great pure devotee. She's so sacred. So then he became very happy. And you know how we do Achman? So he did Achman and put her in his palm, scooped up a little bit of the Ganges in his palm, and drank the whole Ganges up. And she ended up in his stomach. So meantime, Bhagirati, he was driving his chariot to that place, and the Ganges was following just behind him with her sweet gurgling wave sounds. And so Bhagirati saw that she had stopped, and so he understood what happened, and he did austerities and prayed to Janu Rishi, who, by dint of his chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, by dint of his devotion, he had so much power that he could, on one hand, swallow her up with one gulp, and on the other hand, because he was pleased with Bhagirati, King Bhagirat, he scratched his thigh, and then his thigh opened up, and the Ganges River came out. So because she came out of his thigh, because she came out of his body like a child comes out of the body of the father and mother, she became known as Jahnavi, the beloved daughter of Janamuni. And then she flowed and delivered the ancestors. So there was a controversy in Agra with the Akbar, the king of Agra. There was a controversy between the residents of the residents who lived by the Ganges and the residents who lived by the Jamuna. Agra now is about an hour away from Vrindavan, where the Jamuna flows. So all the royal scholars and the kings and the feudal princes, they were having a debate which is superior, the Ganges or the Jamuna. So they couldn't come to a conclusion. So the king called for Srila Jiva Goswami, who was known as the greatest scholar and devotee of his time. But Srila Jiva Goswami had taken a vow of Kshetra Sannyas, which means a vow to stay in one holy place and serve there and not leave. So Jiva Goswami denied going. And then the king begged and he said, I can't even leave for one day. So the king promised that I'll send conveyances to you so that you'll be back all in a very short time. So Jiva Goswami agreed and he was taken to Agra, to the king's palace. And he said that, of course, the Jamuna Kalindi, is one of the queens of Krishna, beloveds of Krishna. And Krishna and all of his associates play and bathe in the Jamuna. So she's non-different from Krishna. And so she gives Krishna praying very easily. So, on one hand, she's superior. But then, as she flows towards Prayag, she meets with the Ganges there, and then they flow down together to Navadvipa. So you get both the Jamuna and the Ganga in Navadvipa. Besides that, Lord Chaitanya bathed in the Ganga. So whoever bathes in the Ganga gets Gaur Prem, and then they very quickly get Krishna Prem. So he solved the argument. Jamuna is superior, but then they become one, and by Lord Chaitanya playing in the Ganges, you heard some of those pastimes. They become one. Now, there's another version of how, well, not exactly another version, but an additional history of how the Ganges, actually, the Ganges came from the causal ocean when Lord Brahma washed the feet. Is everybody following? Good. Brahma washed the feet of Lord Vasudev. Just keep going in your bhakti and you'll be hearing more of these pastimes of Lord Vasudev and everybody. And then it'll just become second nature. Then as soon as you hear a word like Shiva or Ganga, everything will open up for you. Then you'll have all these things opening up for you when you hear different pastime, which includes all of them. Does that make sense? Good. So, Ganga is a Saki. She's Ganga Saki, one of the beloveds of Krishna. So one day they were speaking very sweet words to each other in Vrindavan, and then Radhika came along with her Sakis, and Ganga became so embarrassed that she turned into water. What's his name? Jagadananda Prabhu. It's an offense to chant and be in class at the same time, one or the other. But now that you're sitting here in the temple, it's the class. Thanks. Okay. Also, it's important to come to the bhajans at the beginning. That's the right time to come to the bhajans. And then you'll make more advancement. Okay? Okay? Compran? Okay. We're always so. She turned into water. And Radhika said, oh, who is that Saki that was just here? So Krishna also looked embarrassed and didn't speak, but made a gesture with his eyes that, Radhika, other than you, there is no Saki. I have no Saki. So she understood Krishna's meaning, and so she said, I am now accepting Ganga Devi as my Saki. So then she became a drop. This is amazing. A drop of the water of Ganga Saki became the causal ocean. Is that amazing? Everything comes from Vrindavan. Just like a drop of Mother Yasoda's breast milk became the whole ocean of milk. And a drop of the water that Ganga Saki melted into, but of course she didn't really lose her identity. Her heart melted into this water. A drop of that became the causal ocean that Lord Vishnu lies in, and all the universes are coming out from the pores of his body. And then a drop of the causal ocean washed the feet of Lord Vamandev and then came down through the universe as the Ganges. And as she comes through different places in the universes, she's called by different names, like Bhagirati, Ganga, Bhagavati, Mandakini, Alakananda, many, many names in different parts of the universes. Yes, loud.
I wanted to ask, like, is it okay, especially while referring to Ganga Devi, is it okay to refer to her as Ganga Maya? Because she's in the position of, like, being like a mother and purifying our offenses and cleaning us and doing the things that a mother would do. So is it okay?
Did you hear that anywhere?
Well, in India, that's how they mostly address her as Ganga Maya. Like in her Aarti, when they do Aarti, they say Ganga Maya. And they say Yamuna Maya.
Actually, Yamuna Maya is quite wrong.
Right. That I've heard, but for Ganga Devi, I was wondering.
Let's do it until we hear otherwise. You can do it until we hear others. But regarding Jamuna, we were with Gurudev in Brajmandal Parikrama, and somebody said Jamuna Maya, which means mother. He said, no, we have to see all the holy places and all the personalities as the Brajbasis see them. So Jamuna is Vishaka, who is a Saki of Radhika. And so she's our Paramaprista Saki, who we follow. Yeah.
So is
Loud.
is Ganga Devi, Vishaka Devi, and Ganga Saki?
What?
You were just speaking about Ganga Saki. Oh, Yamuna Saki.
Yeah,
Sorry, that's what I mean. Yamuna is also Vishaka Devi and Yamuna Saki? Or
No, Jamuna is not a Saki. Jamuna is
Vishaka
the
Devi.
melted form, the liquid form of Vishaka.
I got confused.
Because Vishaka and Lalita, they all want to serve Radha and Krishna in all ways.
Just to clarify, so Ganga, she turns into a drop of water, which then comes into the causal ocean.
She turns into a pond. She turns into water. And a drop of that water in Goloka Vrindavan became the causal ocean.
That goes
And
into
then,
feet of
yeah,
Vamandev.
what washed Vamandev's feet came through the universe.
And then what about from like the lock of Lord Shiva? Ganga comes out of Lord Shiva also, right?
Ganga is riding in the locks of Lord Shiva so that she could come down through the universe without crashing through the earth.
So from what progression is that after Vamandev?
Yeah, okay. But these are all placeholders, just to help us, like, mother, where's the moon? It's over there sitting on the branch. Or where's the sun? It's sitting on the branch. Gurudev said, if the sun was sitting on the branch of the tree over there, then instantly the tree would burn down. But it's just a placeholder until we grow up in bhajan and can understand more. Like, we didn't really come from in between the eyebrows of Mahavishnu. But we need that placeholder right now to help understand something. What is that called?
Chandrasakha.
Yeah, good. Chandrasakha Nyai, the logic of the moon on the branch. All right, so this place is also Bhishma Til. And you know, when you read, like in the 9th canto, it talks about the descent of the Ganges. So that'll help with the placeholder. Maybe one day, if you want, you could read that about the descent of the Ganges. There's a whole chapter about it. This place is also known as Bhishma Til. Bhishma came to this place to meet with his maternal grandfather, Janu Rishi. How is Janu Rishi the maternal grandfather of Bhishma?
Because he's Ganga Devi's son.
Right. Bhishma is the 8th son of Ganga Devi, and Ganga Devi, or Janavi Devi, is the daughter of Janu Rishi. So Bhishma came, it's called Bhishma Til. Bhishma came here to meet with his grandfather, Janu Muni, and stayed with him for some time. Daily, Bhishma heard narrations about the Lord and received various instructions from Janu Muni about Sri Gauranga Dev. So all these devotees of Krishna also have connection with Lord Chaitanya and his appearance in Sri Navadvipa. He explained that after some time, at the beginning of Kali Yuga, Sri Krishna would appear as Sri Gauranga and give Krishna Nam and Krishna Prem to the qualified and, fortunately for us, the unqualified. He would even drive the trees, creepers, birds, and animals mad with Krishna Prem. Trees mad with Krishna Prem, the birds. He further educated Bhishma Dev in politics, laws of religion, laws of society, and the subtle rules of Dhama, because Bhishma is a politician at the time of Krishna. Actually, he was supposed to be the king, but it's a long story how he didn't become the king after his father, Santana Maharaj. But wait a minute, you just said. That's why we have to read the entire Bhagavatam, the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita, and as Prabhupada said, the entire Gita, the entire Upanishad. That's why Prabhupada said, there is so much time, you must find time. So he gave him knowledge of the soul and matter, Atma, Anatma, matter and consciousness, Jada, Chaitana, the reality of the living entity, Jiva Tattva, and the reality of the illusory energy, Maya Tattva. The reality of the nature of devotional service, which is Bhakti Tattva, and so on, all kinds of knowledge he gave to Bhishma. And how by the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master, the jiva can hear narration about the Supreme Lord and chant his name in the association of Vaishnavas. In this way he can attain his swarup, or his original spiritual form. This is the essential teaching of all religions. then what did he do with his knowledge? Of course, he lived the knowledge. And then at the time of his passing, when he got all those arrows in the back and the front, and he was lying on the bed of arrows, at that time, he imparted the instructions that he had heard from Janamuni to the distressed Maharaj Yudhisthira and all the other Pandavas. Now that is in Canto 1, Chapter 9, I believe, where he's instructing Krishna, not instructing Krishna, but Krishna was standing there. And that has a whole pastimes to it. So let's read and read and read, and hear and hear and hear. And pray and pray and pray that the knowledge comes to us.
Didn't Bhishmadev compose the Vishnu Sahasranam at that time?
I don't know, never heard that. So this place where he resided is called Bhishmatir. And did we roll in the dust here? I don't think we did. So now let's roll, at least throw in the dust before we leave. And now we're walking a short way to Modadrumadweep, the island of Modadrumadweep. Just because it's an island, it doesn't mean there's water in between it. But because the Ganges, Janavi Devi, was so pleased to be in Gauranga's abode, because she knows everything, she meandered around. She didn't hurry like she did before to get to the sons of Sagara who had burned. And she went all around, and that's how it became Navadvipa, or 9 islands. All right, so here we are in Modadrumadweep. I don't know how I'm going to take time to say this. I know, I'll do it right after class. Let me put this back down there. No, I'll be going in the car. Usually we don't let the class go during Navadvipa Parikrama, but I have to go to the eye doctor. So I have to leave at 9:40. So tonight will be the end of the Parikrama. And then tomorrow will be Guru Purnima, which several of you will be speaking. So no one can say, I'm sorry, I feel unqualified, I'm not even prepared. No one's allowed to say that. Because there's so many pastimes, and I'm not going to be speaking really in the morning. I'll be speaking in the evening. All right, so Modadrumadweep is also called Mamakachi. And Lord Ramchandra, while he was in his exile for 14 years, he came to this place with Sita Devi and Lakshman. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur tells of this one pastime that in his Navadvipa Mahatmya, which took place here, which was that Lakshman built a hut, and they were standing by a banyan tree, Sita and Ram started smiling. And Sita asked, why are you smiling? He said, because I'm thinking that in this birth, later on in this birth, when we go back to Ayodhya, I'm going to be banning you. I'm going to be exiling you from the kingdom, actually for no good reason. And you'll weep for me in the forest. You'll be living at Valmiki's ashram, and I'll be in the palace, but I'll be weeping for you and you'll be weeping for me. And actually, Ram was weeping so much that he didn't even sleep on a bed. He didn't want to be more comfortable than Sita, who was sleeping on a straw mat in Valmiki's ashram, but he just slept on a mat. And he hardly ate also, just like she did. I mean, he was eating like roots and fruits and things. So, then in future birth, I will be Lord Chaitanya, Gauranga, and you will be my wife, Vishnu Priya, and Mother Kausalya will be Sachimata. And because I did an offense, I abandoned you for no reason. So to make up for it, I will abandon myself. I'll take sannyas and go to the forest. And again, I will weep for you and you will weep for me. And I'm going to arrange that you will have a deity of me, a Gauranga deity. That deity is still in one of the temples in Navadvipa. And so then you know the history of Vishnu Priya. When we go to Rudradweep, which will be tonight, we will go to the place where Gauranga Nimai was with Vishnu Priya and then left. It's a very beautiful, empathetic history. So she said, well, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to make your mother and your wife so sad so that they'll just weep? He said, because that's the nature of prema. Prema has two parts, separation and meeting. And he also said that, and when I come as Krishna, then I'll also feel separation, and Radhika will feel separation from me. So why do you want to do that? Because that's the nature of prema, separation and meeting. Without separation, meeting doesn't come to its fulfillment in two ways. One, meeting is felt more strongly in separation, and absence makes the heart grow fonder. And then you actually experience meeting in separation, isn't it? When you're missing somebody and you just see them everywhere. And then also, after the separation is over, meeting is more enjoyable and more deep. I haven't seen you in such a long time. So he explained that to Sita. Then he explained to her that Navadvipa is very dear to me, more so than Ayodhya, which is the abode of, again, why? Because every holy place is here in Navadvipa, where we are now, in its full splendor, number 10. This banyan tree will become famous as Ram Vat, but it will disappear in the beginning of Kali Yuga, because when was this? This was in Treta Yuga, millions of years ago, at this very same place where we are now. Aren't we lucky? Did we roll in the dust here? No, I can't believe it. So let's bow down, roll in the dust here, get the mercy of Sita Ram and others here, and we will find out about in a minute. And take the dust on our head, eyelids, tongue, and heart. We're getting so purified in the last few days, aren't we? So then, after staying here for some time, Ramchandra, together with Lakshman and Sita, departed for Dandakaranya. So that's the forest you're more familiar with, where they stayed for years in Dandakaranya. But less people, only few people know that they also stayed here in Modikrumadweep. By the desire of Ramchandra, his dear friend Guhuka, the king of Nishada, took birth here in the house of a Brahmana as Sadananda Bhattacharya. Guhuka was a servant of Ram, used to help him a lot in his pastimes. So then during Mahaprabhu's pastimes in Navadvip, he became Sadananda Bhattacharya. Sadananda had one pointed firm faith to Ram and was present in Sri Jagannath Mishra's house at the time of Mahaprabhu's appearance as a little baby. Then he took darshan of baby Nimai. When he took darshan of baby Nimai, he saw him as Ramchandra, just as the wife of Advaita Acharya, Sita Thakurani, when she took darshan of baby Nimai, at the time of his appearance, she saw him as baby Krishna. He later had darshan of Ram and Sita and Lakshman, with Sri Hanuman folding his hands at their feet. Sadhananda Bhattacharya often used to come to the house of Jagannath Mishra to take darshan of child Nimai. When, after some time, Mahaprabhu inaugurated Sri Harinam Sankirtan, Sadhananda performed kirtan in Mahaprabhu's group and was overwhelmed with transcendental bliss. So who else lived here is Vrindavan Das Thakur. Vrindavan Das Thakur is the original author of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. You see his house there? That's his appearance place. And he is a combination of a cowherd boy named Kushamapita and Vyasdev. They combined together as Vrindavan Das Thakur. And his Narayani, is that his
Mom.
Huh?
His mom.
His mother Narayani, when she was a baby, she got to suck the toe, right?
No, she ate the remnants.
She ate the remnants of Mahaprabhu's
She's
prasada.
the niece of
Srivas.
Srivas Thakur, right?
The niece of Srivas Thakur is the mother of Vrindavan Das Thakur. Yeah.
When we do the Jayadwani, why don't we mention the Chaitanya Bhagavat and Vrindavan Das Thakur? I've always wondered about that.
Well, if you want to know the truth,
I do.
Srila Gurudev said on a few occasions, I'm sure it was many occasions, but I heard a few occasions, that when you first wake up in the morning, even before getting out of bed, that we're supposed to say Jayadwani, including all the associates, not just the brief one that we do together. Like forever I've been compiling the list of in Vrindavan and Navadvipa and Puri, in between other publishing services. So that would include Vrindavan Das Thakur.
Here, Devi.
Yeah,
Did he also write Chaitanya Bhagavat in this place?
let's find out. And Mahaprabhu had a lot of affection for his mother Narayani. In due course of time, she married into a Brahmana family from this place. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur established Sri Modajuma Gaudiya Mad right here. And Sri Gaur Nityananda and Sri Jagannath, the deities served by Vrindavan Das Thakur, are still worshipped here. Do you have that, Santi? Gaur Nityananda and Vrindavan Das Thakur. And then there's also, and Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, who concentrated on the sannyas pastimes of Mahaprabhu, and a little bit, like there's one Adi Lila, Madhya Lila, and Ancha Lila. So his Adi Lila, of these golden books up there, is Mahaprabhu's childhood and youth pastimes. And at the very end, he takes sannyas. And then the next two, uh, cantos, leelas, what would you call it? Series of
Kandas.
pastime, huh?
That's
Kandas, Adi Kanda, Bhaja Kanda, and Antarkanda. So then the second two sets are his sannyas, whereas Vrindavan Thakur mostly concentrated on his Navadvipa pastimes, with only a little bit, like when he was taking sannyas in Katwa, that's a very pathetic, Kantak Nagar, very pathetic. Everyone was crying, and Barbara didn't want to cut his hair, so everybody loved his hair. Okay, so Krishnadas Kaviraj, in his book, he said that Vyas came and wrote all these pastimes, referring to Vyas as Vrindavan Das Thakur. And Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote, Vyas will come, referring to Krishnadas Kaviraj. But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is a maidservant of Srimati Radhika. Do you know the name? Kasturi? Anjali? Okay, so Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, Narayani Devi ki jai. Now we're just going a little bit more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama. So now we're going to Malini Devi's father's house and Vasudev Dutt's residence. The house of the father of Malini Devi, who's the wife of Srivas Pandit, and she used to think that Nityananda, she used to think of Nityananda Prabhu as her adopted son. This is right near the house of Vrindavan Das, and right near the house of Saranga Murari, who we'll hear about tonight. So Nityananda used to think that he was sometimes he would think of himself as little baby Balaram. And so he would sit on Malini's lap and drink her breast milk. And also there were nice pastimes, like one time she had this silver deity bowl that she would use in Thakurji's service. No things?
I could actually do it.
Okay, good. Where am I? Doesn't take me long to forget. Right. So she was crying, and she told Nityananda that a crow came and flew away with her Thakurji bowl. So Nityananda Prabhu called out, "Hey crow, come back." And the crow immediately came back.
Here, Devi?
Yeah.
When we hear that Nityananda would sit on Malini Devi's lap and feed on her breast milk, do we understand that he became like a little baby again, like in form?
He just thought of himself
He was
like
still
that.
in his adult body?
Yeah. Otherwise, Mahaprabhu wouldn't have said to him, "Why are you naked? Don't you have any shame?" He said, "What? I don't know what shame is." He just thought. Sometimes he was in the mood of big Balaram, youthful Balaram. Yesterday we heard that when he was in Vrindavan, he was calling out, "Hey, Sridham, Subal, where are you? How can I tend the cows alone? And where's Kanhaya? Where'd he go? We went to Navadvipa, he took sannyas." What? How could he be so mean?
Really?
Yeah. Might as well end my life. Yeah.
You know that kirtan that you asked me to sing about when they come back from Parikrama? So in the last line it says Dula Mati or Dula Jari Sachimata Gore Loghare. Mahaprabhu sits in Sachimata's lap and Nityananda sits in Padmavati's lap. So is Padmavati in Navadvipa?
Because she's in Ekachakra.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't answer that. But maybe you can find out by somebody who's in India on Parikrama to ask one of the leaders there, one of the gurus there, because I'm a bogus guru. I know very little. So, Malini Devi's father's house. Now we're here at Malini Devi's house, and she's so close to the Lord that we really need to bow down and roll in the dust here and pray for her mercy. After Mahaprabhu took sannyas and left Navadvipa, all these associates were unable to remain in Navadvipa due to separation from him. So they moved here to perform their bhajan. Sri Madan Gopal, the deity established by Sri Vasudev Dutt Thakur, the younger brother of Mukunda Dutt Thakur from Chattogram, is worshipped here to this day. So tomorrow we will, so we're staying here during the day and wandering about Bodhidharma and the houses of all these great devotees. We can visit the deities we're going to hear about Shuranga Murari tonight, but in the meantime we can go and visit his beautiful deities. Well, they're not only his deities, but they're his deities and others' deities. The presiding deities being worshipped at Suranga Murari's residence: Radha Madan Gopal of Vasudev Dutt in the center, and in the front of them is Radha Gopinath of Shuranga Murari. So there's lots of beautiful deities: Konatai, Lord Jagannath, Mother Yasoda, and baby Krishna, Radha and Krishna, and bigger Radha and Krishna. One time we had little Jagannaths at the very beginning of Prabhupada's mission in New York. Somebody carved little Jagannath and we used to wear them on our neck. And then one devotee called out, "Where's my little Jagannath? I can't find him." And Prabhupada called out, "Jagannath is not little, Jagannath is great. It is not seen." All right, so let's end here. You can stay here today. We'll take prasadam here. And then we'll meet again in the late afternoon at what time?
6.
Good, 6 o'clock. Good. Huh?
6 is our tea and then bhajans.
Okay. Because we have a lot of places to go to tonight to complete the Parikrama. Lots of important places. Okay, Gaur Premanandi, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Nitai Gaura Hare Go, Hare Go, Hare Go, Gaura Hare Go, Gaura Hare Go, Hare Go, Gaura Premanandi. And we might be late tonight, we might end late tonight. Don't tell the Sati.
No, no anything late, otherwise people don't come to our tea. They don't come, yeah. They're tired, tomorrow's working eve.
But what are we gonna do to fit in?
We could do like working eve tomorrow.
Huh?
We could do working eve.
Okay, well then what we'll do is, because I know we're not gonna finish tonight, is when I speak in the evening, you all speak in the morning. Maybe somebody will be left over for the evening. So when I speak, I'll speak about the end of Rudradweep and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed the 4 Vaishnavacharyas and how he guided their sampradayas and what he took from each of them. Okay, we'll do that then, whatever we can finish tonight. Gaur Premanandi, Vanshakopachari Vyashta, Kripa Sindhu Devacham, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavakam Namo Namaha.
The dust.
So did you have fun?
So much fun.
Wonderful.
Remember I said I'd give you
Yeah.
Martin leaving soon after you guys come back. And me and Chris and your doctor. Me and Chris and I are going to go to New Brunswick.
Oh, okay.
We'll be back for color fest. We'll be back.